Well, it's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, it's Tyson Fury, Dillian Whyte fight week, and obviously, it's got quite the buzz in the UK. They sold 94,000 tickets. They're expecting a record crowd, not just for boxing, but any sporting event to ever take place in the history of the Wembley Stadium. So it's going to be a more than momentous occasion when Tyson Fury fights Dillian Whyte. But what I wanted to talk about in this video is, what happens if Fury loses? Like we got to consider that possibility because, look, you guys know I love Tyson Fury. I think extremely highly of him. He's my damn video intro for all my videos. So you get that's right there tells you how much I like Tyson Fury. But Tyson Fury, I'm very, very familiar with his career. Like, he's been dropped at every level of boxing, from when he was a prospect to a contender to a champion. He's been dropped plenty of times by, obviously, the likes of Deontay Wilder, Nevin Pajic, Steve Cunningham, the guys like this. And a lot of these guys, Nikolai Further hurt him. A lot of these guys either hurt him or dropped him. They don't really have the reputation for being big punchers. You don't got to be a big puncher to drop Tyson Fury. He's not exactly George Chuvalo or Golovkin when it comes to his chin. So he's there to be hurt. Factor in that he's fighting this new Sugar Hill Stewart Kronk influenced style where he's going to be more in front of you. He's going to be looking to hurt you and really fight the way God made him to fight at 6'9", 260 plus pounds. Just like he fights like an absolute beast. He uses his size and fights like a big man. But this might be a fight, and I don't want nobody to overlook this. This might be a fight where that could really work against him. Now, for Whyte, Dillian Whyte has improved a lot over the years. He's improved his jab, but his money punch when it comes to the sport of boxing is that left hook. And I'll even go as far as to say this. You take all the fighters in boxing, you take every punch in their skill set, and you talk about who has one of the hardest power punches in the sport of boxing. I think that the Dillian Whyte left hook is one of the most dangerous punches that anybody can throw in the sport of boxing. His left hook is up there. His left hook is nothing to play with. If you don't believe me, go ask Lucas Brown. Go ask Derek Chisora. Go ask a lot of these guys that are hit by it. It's not a joke. Now, the thing for Fury is, like, Dillian Whyte doesn't have the most durability as far as his legs. We've seen when he gets hurt by the likes of Povetkin and Joshua, and even to a point Marius Vach, we've seen what can happen to him if he's touched cleanly on the chin. His legs start flailing around and going everywhere. But this fight, to me, like most heavyweight fights, will be about who lands that first devastating shot first. Because if we're talking about who's a better boxer all around, it's definitely Tyson Fury. But if we're talking about who's the better power puncher in this fight, that's Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte's left hook is enough to knock out Fury cold if he's not careful. Now, do I think it'll happen? I tend to think no. But, one thing we know about Fury is, like, he's been fighting Wilder all these years, and, he may be used to a certain style. Wilder's a guy that's 6'7", closer to his eye level. Whyte's a bit of a smaller heavyweight, a guy who's like 6'3". And if you look at the history of Tyson Fury's career, the guys that have really hurt him the most have been guys in that height range. Guys like, Steve Cunningham was even shorter than Dillian Whyte, Nevin Pajic, Nikolai Further, even Otto Wallin, who's about 6'4" or 5. But just the more average to smaller heavyweights. These are the guys that have really given Fury the most problems over the years. So I think it's going to be very imperative that, and hopefully for Fury's sake, he had a good camp, because there's always, you never know what he's really feeling or going through. He's very bipolar and he's up and down a lot of the time. So if he cut any corners in camp and didn't take Whyte seriously, and his stamina or his fitness is an issue, then there's a big chance he'll be in some big trouble, because, like I said, Dillian Whyte is nothing to play with. Yes, he's never been a champion. Yes, he never beat Joshua. He got knocked up by Povetkin. We know these things. But if you look at all the best fighters who don't have belts in the heavyweight division, he's one of them. He's one of them. I don't care if you like Dillian Whyte or you hate Dillian Whyte. He is the best, one of the best fighters in the heavyweight division who's not a champion. And he's at a high level, and a lot of things that he has in his style have given Fury problems in the past. So I think Tyson Fury should win because I picked Tyson Fury against everybody. I believe the words of the late, great Emmanuel Stewart, which is that Tyson Fury, just so long as he's on a proper training program, will go down as the next dominant heavyweight fighter in the division along the lines of Lennox Lewis and Vladimir Klitschko. He said that all those years ago, and so far he has not been wrong. So I'm gonna go with Emmanuel Stewart. But if Dillian Whyte beats Tyson Fury, that would completely shake up the heavyweight division, because then you'd have Dillian Whyte, who has he's a lineal. Dillian Whyte will become a lineal champion. Oh my God, he'd become a lineal champion. He'd have the WBC belt, and all of a sudden, from Saturday to Sunday, he goes from being a good contender to one of the premier fighters in the heavyweight division. So it's like the old saying it goes. Like Stacey McKinley always tells me this. He says, "Today's nobodies are tomorrow's somebodies." So keep that in mind when you talk about Dillian Whyte. But give me your thoughts in the comments down below. Like, what do you guys think of Fury versus Whyte? And what do you think would be the aftermath of Dillian Whyte knocking off Fury and taking his O, and who knows, maybe sending him into depression, because we know Tyson Fury ain't the most mentally stable. So yeah, leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on True School Sports, the home of boxing. If you made it this far, do me a favor and do yourself a damn favor. Hit that subscribe button and surely you will not be disappointed. You know, True School Sports bringing you the latest and greatest, the untouchable, boxing content, interviews, news videos, breakdowns, live fight reaction extravaganza. We've got a great community of people here, boxing fans all over the world, from America to the UK to Australia, and on and on and on. So join the empire today. Hit that subscribe button. Take care and God.